Hello, friends. Adam Thompson with Focal Point here, coming to you as always from Focal Point of Minnesota's world headquarters in lovely Plymouth, Minnesota. Hope you are all having a fantastic day. This is the second installment of what will ultimately be about a six-part video series, this Eat That Frog personal success series. Today we're going to talk about the idea of zero-based thinking. As you know, the last video introduced the eat that frog concept, the idea of getting that biggest, ugliest, worst thing off your plate and out of your way right away to start your day in order to really jumpstart things. And today we'll talk about zero-based thinking. Before we do that, as always, a bit about me. I'm a certified business coach for Focal Point. What that means is I work with my clients on how they can get better, on how they can achieve their version of success. And we do that by focusing on overcoming the key constraints in their lives, in their businesses, in their professions, in their careers, and also focusing on their areas of excellence and how we can maximize those areas. My role as a coach is to ask questions, to work with clients, to kind of dive deep into the things that are getting in their way and how we might work to eliminate those things, going to action items, figuring out what needs to be done, what action can the client take to move things forward. And then from there, my role is measurability and accountability. I am the little birdie on their shoulder, pointing them in the right direction, reminding them on where they should focus their time and energy in order to most quickly get past their issues and reach their goals. When we look at our businesses and our lives, when we ask questions to ourselves, those questions really don't change, but the answers do. The questions are common. What are my goals? What do I want to accomplish? What am I trying to get done? What do I do best? What makes me happy? What should I be focusing on right now? How do I get to where I want to go? What is holding me back right now? And what are the things that I can do to get past those things? Those questions really stay the same, but our answers change. In times of rapid change, in times of turbulence in our lives, the answers are changing. The answers to those questions are changing at the same rate of change as the world around us. If you look back at what you were doing 1 year ago, at when you answered those questions 1 year ago, at your goals, at your problems, the answers you had a year ago were different than they are now. The answers you have from 6 months ago, your answers have changed. If you look back 3 months ago, even 3 weeks ago, your answers to those questions have changed, and they will continue to change as you move forward and as time marches on. Zero-based thinking is the practice of constantly evaluating what you do and why you do it in order to make sure that your activities, your actions, your plans are still relevant, important, and key to achieving your goals. Zero-based thinking is regularly asking yourself this question. Knowing what I know now, would I start this up again today if I had to do it over? Knowing what I know now, would I start this up again today if I had to do it over? Now, if the answer is yes, congratulations. You have a good process. You have a good thing going. Keep doing it, possibly find ways to duplicate it and replicate it. If the answer is no, it's going to lead to new questions. Questions like, why am I still doing this process? How might I change it? Or do I need to eliminate it altogether? It's the idea of looking in the mirror, taking an honest look in the mirror, asking yourself the question, and answering those questions honestly. And then when that no does come up, the next questions are hopefully leading to action steps you can take to either improve or update or eliminate whatever you might be doing at the time that is no longer relevant. What percentage of your decisions in a business standpoint, in a business situation, do you think will turn out to be wrong in the fullness of time? How often will you be wrong in the decisions you make as time reveals itself over the course of time? The answer is that fully 70% of business or management decisions will turn out to be wrong in the fullness of time. Now, how can this be possible? How Can anyone be successful? How can there be any successful businesses out there if 70% of the decisions that are made turn out to be wrong? Well, it's because that at the time a decision was made, chances are it was made with good information, with research, with good thought behind it, with good process behind it. And it was a good decision based on the information that was available at that time. But now, in current days, moving forward, that information and the situation have changed. And what was once a good decision is no longer a good decision and must be now changed or even abandoned. There's nothing out there. There's no process. There's no decision that can be made that will continually be a good decision in perpetuity till the end of time. This is why businesses do change. This is why things do evolve. It's because situations, environments, the times change, and situations, environments, and actions need to change with them. So when do you need to apply this idea of zero-based thinking? Really, anytime you're experiencing stress is when this idea should be applied. When you experience or have ongoing stress in any part of your life, it most likely means that you're in a situation that, knowing what you know now, you probably wouldn't get into it again if given the choice. So how do you avoid the stress altogether? You do it by continually practicing this concept of zero-based thinking, by continually asking yourself, knowing what I know now, would I do this all over again if I had the choice? When the answer is no, you go to those next questions. Why do I keep doing it? How might I change it? Do I need to eliminate it altogether? And again, if the answer is yes, congratulations, you've got a good thing going. Find out how to duplicate it, replicate it, and maximize that good process, that good activity. Practice this art of ZBT continually. Use it, ask those questions before things get outdated, before systems become obsolete, before that stress kicks in. Look in the mirror, be honest, ask the question, answer honestly, and make those changes before they become necessities. It's the concept, it's the practice, it's the idea of always staying ahead of yourself, ahead of your competition, and ahead of the inevitable change that will come. As always, we go to those key takeaways. How do you get the benefit out of what we talked about? It's by committing to action. That concept of applied knowledge versus just knowledge. Why does action matter? Why does committing to action matter? Two reasons. First of all, by taking action on the knowledge you've just obtained, it will lock it into your brain. It maximizes that retention at which you can retain the knowledge you've just learned. And secondly, committing to action gets you moving toward a goal, gets you moving toward an outcome that you desire. Any goal that's going to be achieved is going to be achieved by taking action. The sooner you take that action, the sooner you take that first step toward that goal, the more quickly you can work toward that goal. So what was your key takeaway? Perhaps it is that you need to start applying this idea of zero-based thinking, or maybe you're already using it in part, and the next step is to ask those next questions, actually take action and figure out what you need to change when the answer is no. Ultimately, it comes down to the application. How will you apply this when this video is done? When you click stop on this video, when you finish writing your comments, when you finish processing what I said, when you shut down the Facebook and get back to work, what's the first thing you will do? How will you apply this action? That is key to all of this. So let me know what you think about this. As a focal point coach, I practice the art of Kaizen, which is the concept of continual and never-ending improvement. I want to get better at this. I have a passion for this. This is my livelihood. This is what gets me out of bed in the morning. This is what I do for a living, and I want to be the best at it. If you have comments, if you have feedback, good, bad, indifferent, I want to hear them. Leave comments below. Plug in the hearts, plug in the thumbs up, whatever you want to do. Facebook me, hit me on LinkedIn, tweet me, email me. You can even go ahead and old-fashioned pick up the phone or send me a text and tell me what you think. I do want to hear from you. As I've mentioned before, this is part of a longer form workshop that I do called Eat That Frog, which is all about personal productivity and personal success. It's a half-day workshop, and it is executed in small group form with a combination of information like this, videos, brainstorms, whiteboarding sessions, group work, group discussion, individual work, workbook concepts and work, ultimately leading to what will result in about a 30-page written strategic plan for your own personal success. If that interests you, if that idea of sitting down and working through this interests you, send me a message. Comment below and tell me that you want to do something like this, and we'll put something together this summer. In the meantime, if what I'm saying resonates with you, or if the idea of building on your own success, on finding that next level of success for you, on achieving your goals, on getting better at what you do, if that interests you, if that resonates with you, I want to talk to you. It's what I do every day. This is how I help my clients. This is how I work with my clients. And if you're interested in learning more and talking about what we've been through in this video, or just talking about the concept of where you think you can improve, I want to have that conversation. Any number of ways to reach out to me. I do want to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this time. I certainly did. I look forward to the next one, and I will talk to you soon.